I'm Jutta Jahl, manager of the project Life for Danube Sturgeons, and I'm the CITES and caviar trade expert at WWF Austria. CITES is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, and it aims to ensure that international trade in animals and plants does not threaten their survival in the wild. All sturgeons and paddlefish are protected by CITES. This shall make sure that trade in them and in their products, such as meat and caviar, does not harm populations in the wild. Caviar trade is one of the reasons why the sturgeon populations in nearly all parts of the world declined dramatically. And for this reason, there are special requirements set up by CITES for the trade in caviar. The CITES caviar labeling is a universal system set up to enable law enforcement agencies, but also consumers and traders, to distinguish legal from illegal caviar. Every tin of caviar, every jar of caviar has to bear this label, regardless of the species of sturgeon or a hybrid the caviar comes from, if it is from the wild or from aquaculture, whether it's to commercial or to non-commercial purposes, and it's both for the international trade and also for the domestic market. In Serbia, the domestic market caviar labeling is not yet implemented, but the labeling is a legal requirement for any international caviar trade. On the label of the caviar tins, there must be a code made of letters and numbers, and this allows authorities to trace the caviar back to where it comes from. So in this case, here is the standard species code made of 3 letters. HUS means Huso Huso, the beluga sturgeon. This is beluga caviar. This is the source code, in this case C for captive bred, and if it were from wild harvested sturgeons, it would be a W. If it were from caviar that was confiscated and legally marketed by the authorities, it would be an I. The next is the 2-letter ISO country code for the country of origin. Here it is from Bulgaria, BG. This is the year of harvest or the year of repackaging, 2018. And this caviar was repackaged in France by this company with this registration code. And here is the lot identification number. This allows an authority to really follow the caviar back to the lot, usually the animal, the sturgeon that was harvested to produce this caviar. And with this, and comparing the books of these companies, the authorities can really identify if this is makes sense and is for this reason legal. This is an originally packaged tin of caviar, and it has a CITES label with the CITES code. It's closing the tin, there is a seal. I cannot remove the label, so this is all correct according to CITES requirements. Now I'm opening the tin. Okay, here is the caviar, and the seal breaks when I open. That's how it should be. Here is another example of a caviar tin, and this one has a label on the back, and it is really difficult to find the CITES code here. It is on the bottom of the label, and it's very hard to read and in very bad quality. So it says that it is from a hybrid of Acipenser schrenkii and Husodauricus, which means it's from Amur sturgeon and Kaluga sturgeon. It is captive bred in China, and it was repackaged in perhaps 2018, but it's very hard to read, by a company in Luxembourg with a registration code and a lot number that are no longer really decipherable. This tin of caviar has a very clear CITES label, and the code is easy to find, easy to read, so that's very good. And it says that the caviar comes from Acipenser beerii, the Siberian sturgeon. It is captive bred in Austria. It was harvested in 2015 and by this company. And here at the end is the lot identification number. With this, the caviar can be traced back to the animal it comes from. But here we have another problem. The label is too solid and it can be opened without breaking. So the tin can be opened, the caviar can be eaten or sold, then fresh caviar of maybe illegal origin can be filled in, the tin is closed again, the rubber band fixed the label back, and it looks like it has never been opened, and it could be then brought on the market containing illegal caviar from perhaps poached sturgeon. So this jar of caviar does have a CITES label, but the label does not seal the container. It is only on the bottom of the jar, so this is not according to the legal requirements by CITES. And the code is here, but it's very hard to read it. It is in rather bad print and rather small. It says it's from Acipenser guldenstädti, the Russian sturgeon. Here the source code is already very hard to decipher. It is probably a C for captive bred. The country of origin is RO for Romania. The year of harvest or repackaging is 2017. This is the official registration code of the company in Romania, and here is the lot identification number. Nevertheless, because this is not sealing the container or giving any visual evidence of opening, this is not legal and not correctly labeled. As you can see here, all tins of caviar and all jars have a rather different design. And also, all the labeling is different, the labels look different, so there is not a really defined layout, but only the code is defined, and this is what you have to find when you control if this caviar is legal or if it is not legal. Any container of sturgeon caviar that does not bear a CITES label in international trade and in EU countries also on the domestic market is illegal. So it has to have a label, it must be correctly labeled according to the labeling requirements of CITES, and it must have a correct code. If this is not the case, the caviar is according to CITES illegal and it may be seized by competent authorities. The universal caviar labeling system is a very clever approach, but it will only work and be effective if controls are strict and if punishments in case of infringements are serious. So it is in the hands of law enforcement agencies to ensure that illegal caviar does not enter the market and that poaching of sturgeons in the wild can be stopped.